Starting with the classic, the coffee spill. This is a scene we're all too familiar with, a moment that has undoubtedly happened to each one of us at some point in our lives. It's that split second of distraction, that fleeting moment when our attention is diverted and suddenly, disaster strikes. Your hot, aromatic morning brew, your lifeline to the waking world, is now nothing more than an unsightly brown splatter against the pristine fabric of your beloved carpet. What was once a comforting, warm embrace to start your day has now turned into a cleaning nightmare, a stark reminder of morning gone awry. But fret not, for the key to tackling this situation lies in your immediate response. It's all about acting swiftly, nimbly, and with a clear strategy. Your first move should be to grab a dry, clean cloth. You might be tempted to reach for a wet one, but resist the urge. Wetness will only dilute the coffee, allowing it to sink deeper into the carpet's fibers. A dry cloth, on the other hand, will help absorb as much of the liquid as possible. But here's the trick: don't rub. Rubbing is a common mistake that only exacerbates the issue by spreading the stain. It's time to concoct a cleaning solution. This is where science meets cleaning. Mix a solution composed of 2 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, and another tablespoon of dishwashing liquid. This may seem simple, but the combination of these ingredients creates a powerful stain-fighting elixir that can counteract the stubborn coffee pigments. Once your solution is ready, apply it to the stain using a clean, remember, be gentle. Aggressive rubbing isn't the answer here. The goal is to dab gently, patiently, until the stain starts to lift. This may take a few minutes, but persistence is key. Once you see the stain fading, not completely vanished, but gone enough to bring a sigh of relief, it's time to rinse. Rinse the area thoughtfully with warm water, ensuring that all residues of the solution are washed away. Following that, blot the area dry. It's important to dry the area completely to prevent any chance of mold growth. It's as simple as that. With a bit of and the right technique, your carpet can be restored to its former glory. Moving on to pet stains, these unwanted little things can prove to be quite tricky, especially if they've been left to dry, creating a challenging situation. The complexity arises due to their tendency to deeply penetrate carpet fibers, sometimes even reaching the carpet's base. This makes the entire cleaning process slightly more difficult than one might initially anticipate. So let's get started on the solution. To begin with, it is crucial to scrape off any solid material that is present. This might seem to some, but in truth it forms a vital part of the process. You'd want to remove as much of the offending material as possible. This is a physical process, and the idea is to discard any tangible remnants of the stain. Think of it as preparing your canvas, getting it ready for the next steps. Next, you need to prepare a homemade cleaning mixture. This involves a solution that comprises 1 part of white vinegar mixed with 1 part of warm water. The acidic nature of the vinegar works to neutralize the alkaline pet stains, while the warm water aids in dissolving the stain. The white vinegar is a natural deodorizer, acting as a pet stain remover and odor eliminator. Then apply this solution to the stain. This isn't about simply pouring the mixture, it's about ensuring that the solution penetrates deeply into the stain. Let it soak for about 15 minutes. This allows the vinegar to neutralize the odor while the warm water works on dissolving the stain. After the stain is soaked, blot it with a clean, dry cloth. Be careful not to rub or scrub, as this can work stain deeper into the fabric. The key is to absorb, not spread. Now it's time for the secret weapon, baking soda. Sprinkle a generous amount of baking soda over the area and let sit overnight. This kitchen staple is a true powerhouse. The baking soda will absorb any lingering odors due to its exceptional deodorizing properties. When the dawn arrives, simply vacuum the baking soda away. This step removes any residue and leaves your carpet clean and fresh. And there you have it. Voila! Your carpet is as good as new. Lastly, we tackle mud tracks. This task might seem somewhat counterintuitive, a little bit odd, but there's a well-founded reasoning behind the method. You need to let the mud sit and completely dry first before you embark on the cleaning process. Don't rush it. No matter how unsightly the spot may seem, give it time to dry out fully. Upon drying, the next step is to vacuum the area meticulously. This is done to remove as much loose and unattached dirt as possible from the surface, reducing the amount of mess you'll have to deal with afterwards. Using a vacuum cleaner with a strong suction power can make this process more effective, ensuring that of dirt are left behind. Next, use a common household utensil, something like a butter knife or maybe a spoon. Use this tool to gently but firmly scrape off the remaining dried mud. Be careful not to damage the fabric or surface in the process. It's a delicate balance between applying enough force to remove mud and ensuring you don't leave any scratches or marks. Once you've scraped off as much as you can, it's time to prepare a simple yet effective cleaning solution. Mix a solution of 1 tablespoon of dish soap and 2 cups of warm water. This homemade solution will help lift the stain from the fabric. Apply this concoction to the stain and use a clean, dry cloth to blot the area. This action should be repeated until you see the stain start to lift. It's a bit of a tedious process, but the end result will be worth the effort you put in. Lastly, rinse the area with some warm water. Make sure to remove any remaining soap residue. And then, blot the area dry with a clean cloth. Patience is key here. Don't rush the drying process. Allow the area to air dry if possible. Finally, rinse the area with warm water and blot dry. So what have we learned today? Let's take a moment to reflect on the valuable knowledge we've gathered throughout this tutorial. The initial critical lesson was the emphasis on rapid response to spills. This quick reaction time doesn't just mitigate the damage, it can be the deciding factor between a minor mishap and a permanent blemish on your carpet. Further, we also looked into the powerful cleaning agents that are often overlooked in our own homes: vinegar, dish soap, and baking soda. These are readily available, cost-effective, and surprisingly efficient when it comes to tackling stubborn stains. By utilizing these household staples, you can not only save on expensive store-bought, but also adopt a more eco-friendly approach to home care. We also delved into the distinction between blotting and rubbing. The latter, although an instinctive reaction, can exacerbate the problem by spreading the stain. Blotting, in contrast, gently lifts off the stain, preserving the integrity of your carpet's fibers. Another important takeaway was the concept of being prepared. By equipping yourself with these techniques, you'll be more confident and ready to any carpet stain that life throws your way. No more panic at the first sight of a spill, no more costly professional cleaning services. You've got this. Remember, maintaining a clean carpet is not a challenge. It's a journey, few simple yet effective steps. So let's embrace these lessons and keep our carpets looking pristine. Until next time, stay stain-free.